Yeah, what up, Cujo? Dude, of course they're not real. Just like birds. Whoa. They're not real at all. Can't believe you would even question it. Yo, what up, Wolf? What is cracking? Wolf Toasty. That's a cool name. You want a beat fact? You know, I can just give you a beat fact, right? Got some stuff to build right now, I think. Bust out the old soldering iron, mate. The old soldering iron. Ah, yeah, that's fair. I mean, the points don't get you anything anyways, right? So they're just made up dollary dues. Just hopefully gonna get some stuff planned for the Sydney meet. So that, and I'm doing some other thing. I'm doing a conference on the Sunday. And that's in Melbourne, and I'm doing that and presenting a little thingamajig. So I've just got to confirm that. I've done this alongside alongside Josh, who's another legend. So we're basically building a macro pad at this security conference. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. They get me BFX. Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do you mean professional, man? It's growing, man. It's growing. This isn't professional at all. I'm in a hoodie. Look at this. You see this? See this growth? This is disgusting. It's not very professional. Thank you for the hydrate. The meet is in Sydney at UTS. So if you are based in Sydney, feel free to come on by. I think it's going to be a pretty big event. So if you're interested in keyboards, which I imagine you are, if you're sitting in here, you should turn up. It's a good old treat. There's the information. Come say hello. I'm gonna have a little stall. Ah, fair enough. Never heard of Sydney. It's in Australia. In Australia. Whereabouts are you from, Wolf? How you doing, Pakani? Pakani, yeah. It's like bacony, but Pakani? How you doing? How do you find meats? We go to the butcher. Sorry, that was terrible. It depends. Sometimes there's a couple of websites that have stuff about it. Really, your best bet would be hang out in your local Discords. And then just keep a lookout for them. You can probably check certain things. I don't know. It depends where you're based. You look like you just got off the clock on the programming internship, mate. You wouldn't believe it. I did. I don't program, nor do I have an internship, but I did come back from rock climbing, so that could maybe people rock climb that are what are they called? What are the programmers? Programmers rock climb. I've seen it. You're from Belgium. Ooh, lovely. I actually have a friend who's there right now. A work colleague of mine he lives in Belgium, and he he is over there visiting. So he lives in Australia, but is from Belgium. Yeah, really nice guy. You on climbing later? Dude, sick. Are you going somewhere? Well, actually, outdoors or indoors? Alright, let's figure out how to do this. So I got this little guide that Josh put together. And I'm hoping to just run through this pretty quick. And then I've got some lube that I have to put into jars. So if you're interested in seeing that, I've got a big tub of lube. Massive tub. I'm going to put that into a jar. Some individual little ones so I can sell. Always indoors. Fair enough, fair enough. Hey, that's still good. Indoors is better than nothing, man. No worries, Kujo. Catch you in a bit, eh? Meetings. Look at this guy. Working. You got a job. What a nerd. Alright. Let's see how we go. I don't know how this works. What do I do here? It's already got it. Put a small amount of solder, blah blah blah. Let's swap these around. So this is partially my design, partially someone else's. So one of the guys that I've worked with to make this, he did most of the work around the actual PCB itself, and I'm just helping present it. I also helped fund a bunch of it because it's a bit expensive to get these parts. So yeah, use tweezers, places. Does it matter? I don't think these matter. You know what I should do? I should set up, have this zoomed in. Let me move this out of the way. So I shouldn't need that at all. And I'll try and set this up a little bit better. There we go. Now you should be able to see a little bit better. Cool. Make some room, get some crap moved out of here. How good. Look at this. That's pretty dark. If I turn this up though, it's gonna be really bright on my face. Oh. Let's increase the ISO a little bit more. Alright, it's a bit lighter. Cool. The Pro Yellows you ordered from me don't fit. Oh, I think you messaged me about those actually. Yeah, that's right, because of the difference in because of the 5 pins, right? Because most boards have or at least those have 5 pins versus I guess what your build has, which I'm assuming is a little pre-built, doesn't have that many. There's like 3, right? 3 of them. These tweezers suck. Glad I'm getting more soon, because these are terrible. Cool. You can just snip off the 2 extra pins. Fair. I probably won't. I'll just leave them on there. They're not doing any harm or anything. Oh, wait, you're talking about on the switches. Yeah, you can totally just clip them off. It does take a bunch of time though. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do that. And then it should fit quite nicely on your board. It'll fit on any board. It is quite annoying, but most modern switches are like that now. Because it allows for extra stability. Let's see. Okay, hey look. That's not bad. Try and put a little bit more on here. Sweet. Okay, so we're soldering on using the tweezers, melt the solder, blah blah blah. LEDs. Similarly to the research tin 1 pad. Wow. What's my dream keyboard? Sorry, I missed your thing. So I've got a little I don't know how much you know about I don't know if you've seen my website, but I have a website called Mountain Keyboards. And that kind of sprung around when I was designing a board. And that board was one of the dream boards that I really wanted. So that's called the Let's Tango, which is currently behind me. There is a Let's Tango, this one right here. There's split. So it's a split 40%. It's a super cool board. I love it. But it's very different, and not a lot of people like it because it's 40%, it's ortho, and it's a split. Not many people like split boards, at least I've found. So for me, I really like split boards. They're my favorite. So I've got 1 or 2 more boards that I'm really excited to go ahead and design. But that was one of them, one of the ones that I really wanted to design, and that was one of the reasons why I started up a shop, was because of being able to design that. I was super stoked. Now, let's get this back in here. Now, we are going to go ahead, solder on this little guy. So the next board that I really want to design is a split 60% HHKB style board. So I really want something quite nice, made of aluminium probably, and just a nice board. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I didn't do this right. Immediately did it wrong. That's funny. Apologies, it's a little bit tedious to get these on. LEDs, eh? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they're not for everyone. They're just my favorite because I like the ergonomic style behind them. I think it's super handy, and I enjoy having, I guess, so I work in IT, which is super common to have some form of issue with your hands and wrists and stuff, and I try to minimize that by using split boards. Ironically, the board in front of me is not a split, but this is a new board that I just built yesterday, so yeah, just been trying it out, seeing how it feels, and it's been good. What are your favorite, like, what are your dream boards, Wolf? What are you dreaming up? Got any plans to design your own?
One of today's greatest marketing triumphs in the entertainment field is video games. It's a business which has tripled in size in just 3 years. Ron Hendren went out in the field to bring us this special report.
Sweet, 1 LED down. You've worked on a couple projects. Sick. Are they, your own projects, or are they like you alongside some other people working together? Anything you're planning on bringing to the table? Stuff like that. Let's go ahead and do these other pads. Terrible at finishing my own projects. Dude, you and me both, man. You and me both. Don't worry, you're not alone on that front for sure. I'm awful at it. I just like picking up new ones. Which often isn't the best idea, because then nothing gets done, ever. So, I feel you, dude. Yeah, man, that's sick. Dude, it's one of my favorite things. I love seeing new projects come to light, and being able to kind of have a hand in that is awesome. It really is special. Being able to help people bring their own, ideas and dreams to life is, yeah, man, it's something else. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, dude, totally, totally. That's cool, man. That's cool. I love that. All right. What's diodes? Man, I don't think I've ever soldered these diodes before. I've only ever done through holes. This is gonna be an interesting one. A bit smaller than the old LEDs. How many do we need? Just 3? I believe it's just the 3. Bing, 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 bing. That's fair. Depends though, what you do for work, and then, if you get to come home and do some other stuff that's work, but not necessarily the same, I find I don't mind that. So like, I've got, my main job, I guess you could call it that, is working in, cybersecurity. But when I get home, I get to work on my own little business, my own little company. And that's pretty neat. I mean, it's very different, the work I do on my day-to-day versus what I do at home. But yeah, I can totally appreciate not wanting to do more stuff at home, because a lot of the time I struggle. I'm like, I just don't want to, just want to go home and chill. But then I get stuck doing something, or, oh, diode flew out. Or I, decide to take on a project and have a deadline with them, or just want to get a product out. All that kind of gets in the way, and then I just start doing it. That's interesting. Yeah, man. I mean, probably, it's a cool idea. You gotta hopefully have enough work to cover it. That's all. Cover your bills. I still work 2 jobs, but my company isn't making enough money yet for me to warrant considering quitting. Alright, now what do we got to do here? We've got these diodes. They're very tiny. Very, very small. Okay, diode in the direction D1. I'm going to pick up the line on PCB. So we want the line on top. Go ahead and tin these. That's fair, man. That's fair. Well, that's up to you, man. It's you know, it could turn into something super cool. It can be a bit of a risk, but if you're willing to take it, it could have some really good outcomes. So I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, you're right. Like, you'll never know otherwise. Like, if you don't do it now, then when? And that's true. There's the potential of it never happening if you never take the step. It's always an option, which is unfortunate. But I don't know. You just got to try and balance and see, because you also never know what life will bring. That's cool, man. Yeah, dude, sick. How good. If it all lines up for you, why not? I assumed you were talking about going into your own, you know, I guess your own, running something on your own rather than joining a current team. But yeah, if you got the option to join a team, why not, man? Gives you something to do. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I'm sure sounds like you'll enjoy it more than you enjoy your current job. So why not, dude? And it's certainly been an interesting experience. Something I've learned about keyboards is, it seems like most people in this hobby or in this industry are very interesting people. We looking pretty good. Need a touch. Yeah, man, dude, I'm always open. I don't know what team you've been talking to, but I'm always open. You're always welcome to reach out to me, and you can join my Discord or whatever, however you want to communicate. But absolutely, dude, absolutely. It's yeah, it's a small industry, and I'm always happy to try on new products or try work with new people. And since I'm based in Australia, you know, it's a bit different. Obviously, you're you know, you never know, you might have a product that you really think might do well here, or you want a vendor based in Oz. I'm a bit of a small guy on the vendor scene here, but I'm trying my best. What I lack in in place in I guess in popularity, I guess. I definitely make up for in everything else. I could probably do it on my own, but just being a part of a team brings that consistent paycheck. I can focus more on making calls. Yeah, dude, absolutely. 100%. It makes total sense. Plus, keyboards can be risky. You know, you never... It helps to have that team backing you. You know, that team name, I guess, if you're with a company or something. Especially when it comes to group buys. Some people don't feel super comfortable doing group buys with random, you know, I guess, random people. So if you have like that company behind you, it's always handy. You know, it can certainly help having a team or a company behind you for sure. You're moving for the job. Okay, nice. Where are you gonna end up moving? Need to solder the pins to the microcontroller. All right, let's do that. PCB to keep pins aligned as shown below. Korea. Okay, cool. That's sick, man. I'd love to see what your design is or what your ideas are. I'd be stoked. You I assume, is that Gion? With Gion and his team? Or another team there? That'd be wicked, man. Imagine, man, that's sick. If you like go into it and like move to Korea for keyboards, get to do some sick stuff with them or whoever it is. That'd be wicked, man. Seems like a no-brainer. I'd do it. Could turn into something really dope. And if not, I mean, it'd be such a wicked experience, right? Designing keybs. Alright, let me check that out in a sec. Let's take a look. Oh, it is Gion. Oh, cool. I've seen this. Yeah. Hey, rad, man. That's sick. It's a very unique pad. I loved it. I don't personally use macro pads really at all, which is ironic because I'm building one. But this is super cute. Like, I really enjoyed looking at the design. Like, it's such a cool thing, man. And it's so unique. Like, look, I've been in this hobby a while. How you doing? How good are keyboards? I've been in this hobby a while, man. And so, I've seen everything. Like, it's all these new boards that come out, in my opinion, is just so similar. They don't do anything for me. Because they're all like the same. So for you to be making such a unique product is phenomenal. It's honestly phenomenal. Yeah, dude, no one is doing that. Everyone's sticking to stupid rectangles. And you're out here friggin' doing that, man. Making a paw. How good. Alright, that solder is burning my fingy. Dude, totally. Is that how much molds were? So you're getting these molded, are they 3D printed or molded or alu? I looked into it a while ago, but never delved much further into it because, you know, it's not exactly something for me. But yeah, dude, mold, yeah. Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Anything injection molded, like, yeah, it's expensive. But you, hopefully, you know, you make it back, right? But you just got to assume that you have a product that's going to sell really well. And so, like, there's not a lot of people doing injection molded stuff. The only other people I know of are the guys in Australia. Their company name is AE Boards or Keyboard Treehouse, and they've got their board, which is a Praxis, which is a AUS style board, and it's injection molded. But yeah, molds are expensive, so throwing down that kind of cash, but they pay off real quick. If you're making like 1,000 units, I'm sure you're going to pay off whatever expenses you make, right? Yeah, dude, sick. And the good thing about injection molding is like you're able to get the price down to a point where it's like super possible to just like pump so many sales because people just are like, like if you bring out a product that's like super cheap, people are gonna do it. They're gonna absolutely just hop on that for sure. Oh, dude, Bluetooth is so annoying. Oh, so annoying to work with, man. Yeah, so tedious to work with Bluetooth. Just because then you have to account for batteries and ugh. So I've got my board was really popular. A lot of people wanted Bluetooth with my board. And I was like, look, I don't want to deal with that. You guys can, you know, I've made it. The guy who originally designed the PCB allowed anyone to turn it Bluetooth if they wanted to, and they just had to buy some stuff for it. And so that's just ended up what I ended up just doing. Not advertising it as Bluetooth or anything, not doing anything extra for it, but just saying, look, if you want to make it Bluetooth, you can. You just have to follow these instructions and do this extra stuff, right? But that's awesome, dude. That's so cool. I'm stoked for you. To have such a cool product to be your first is phenomenal, man. Honestly, I can't wait to see what you end up doing, dude. And if you ever want to collaborate at all, I mean, I know Geon kind of covers a lot of stuff. Geon, I think, ships worldwide, so I don't know if you would ever kind of delve into that. I don't think he ever really works with other vendors outside of, but if you ever do, feel free to let me know, because that's awesome, man. That is like such an out-of-the-box thought board that you really just don't see, and I feel like boards often lately are really stale in my eyes, because I've seen everything, right? But seeing boards like that, that's sick. And it makes sense why you're considering joining, because that's, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much to turn a just make a different metal rectangle. So you love your ZMK chalice? Yeah, I have a chalice. I've never built it. I've just been lazy, and I also don't really need another board. Like, I just don't need one. And I look at Alice's and I'm like, why aren't you just completely split? Because then I would use you. So, but I get the appeal. It's also cool to have, I guess, a designer in here too, which is it's pretty rare. I don't normally see designers pop into these streams anyways. Yeah, if you want to sell a product with BLE, you need to Bluetooth. Yeah, you need the certificates, man. Ugh, like, it's just not worth it, hey? Like, it's so hard. And then you gotta deal with batteries, and then you gotta ship batteries, and there's so many restrictions on shipping batteries. Oh, man. Honestly, it's, in my opinion, it's so difficult to justify. I just recommend, I would say, like, just get people to use Adafruit. Make it so you can plug in an Adafruit Bluetooth. And then just say, give a guide and say, this is how you can do it. This is what battery you buy. This is what this you buy. Stuff, all that. But, hey, to each their own. You get a more formal product if you don't. But it's so much certification and such a cluster. Let's see, how are we looking? That's not bad. Soldering's pretty clean. Nothing too crazy. Looks good. Looks good enough. We're considering selling Bearpad on Amazon. Dude, that makes total sense. Like, that makes so much sense. If you could, because if you're going through the process of getting certs, and then on Amazon, it would blow up, man. It really would. Yeah, every product needs its own, because there's a lot of there's reasons for it. It's not just like, oh, you know, we need this certificate. You know, it's not just like, you know, it's annoying, but there are reasons, and there's reasons why. So I get it. But yeah, they don't want you. Basically, they don't want you pushing out radio frequencies that will cause disruption. So, now, do I install the encoder? What am I thinking? Encoder, and then encoder and switches. What switches should I use? These cheap boys and being encoded. Yeah, that's I think the better way to do it. And so like something like an Adafruit is kind of what you would want to do. Adafruit have very similar stuff where you can just kind of, for their stuff it's obviously solder in, but if you, yeah, like that's such a good idea. Because yeah, otherwise you end up friggin', yeah, what a mess. But yeah, that's ideal. Because yeah, for mine, I use like an Adafruit Bluetooth module, but it has to be soldered in, so it's a little bit different. Oh no. not good. These encoders are too big, or these holes are too small. Can I just bend these in? I just bend these in. Are we good? It should work, right? Yeah, that's fine. You need to make you need to specifically make them separate products. You can dodge customs. Yeah, that should be fine. It shouldn't be an issue at all. Yeah, and it would make sense. Like, you'd be able to sell, dude, if you could just friggin' sell a thing and then all they have to do is make a separate pinout on the board itself, it would be pretty chill. Cool. Now, I think I might do one encoder on the left, maybe. Nah, I'll probably do it on the right. Do it on the right. Put an encoder here. Would be super if a studio with the ability could spend on the R&D at such an item. Yeah, oh, totally. Absolutely. Which would make total sense if that's what you guys were planning. It would make sense from every aspect. Financially, it would be such a great idea. Just have like a Bluetooth plug-in where you can just whoop, pop it in. Do encoders suck to install? Do I have to like hold this and then try and... How do I do this? First step is to snip. Insert the encoder. Don't solder all the pins yet. When square, the solder remains. Solder the remaining pins. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, let's see how we go. I should probably do the switches first, but... We are good. Good to go. No. No. Stop. Damn it. Encoder. Please play nice. Sweet. Cool. Encoder's on. Encoder's done. Now we can go ahead and slap on these couple of switches. And then we are rocking and rolling. How good. How good. How good are keyboards? Are you coming to the Sydney meet? I feel like I've asked you, but I think you said you're an Adelaide boy, aren't you? So you're probably not. Is that right? Do I remember that right, or am I getting you confused with someone else? Not this time, unfortunately. Spewing. I really shouldn't have put this encoder in first. This was a stupid idea. I can't believe I thought this was the idea. This is not it. Hey, what up, Kujo? I've put the encoder on first, which means that all the switches are very tedious to solder. How you doing? Tape is your friend. Hey, now you have big brain. I can't be bothered getting tape. So I'm gonna do it the lazy way. And so far, it works. But I agree, tape would make so much more sense. Surprisingly, this kind of works. If QJ goes to the meet, I'll go. Mate, he'll be there. He'll be there. Don't you worry about that. So you better turn up. The only way you'll know if QJ's there if you turn up. So... Groovy. Alright, I think we're done here, pretty much. What do I do? Do I plug this in? Do I... Oh, I have to do the firmware. Firmware! Now, I think this is most of it, so... We should be chilling now. We should be chilling. So... Oh man, I'm gonna burn myself on the soldering iron. Unplug it. Man, I was meant to get some other stuff ready to go, but I haven't done any of that yet. I'll have to... Sweet. Anyways, let's do this. Cool. So what do? I unzip this. Unzip, copy the KMK folder and the boot.py file. Copy this. Let's plug this bad boy in. Oh, we got lights. Hell yes. Oh, we got sounds. Alright, circuit pie. Unplug and pull. Okay, copy into the root. Often appearing circuit pie. Unplug and replug your device. Plug it back in. Oh, I had an error. I didn't wait long enough. Merge and let's replace everything. Now this time we're gonna wait for it to finish copying. Alright. Hopefully this should all work. Yeah, take a guess. Which one? I'll tell you. It's a classic. Alright, now we unplug. And we plug back in. And we open up boot. Open the existing copy.py. Wait, code.py. Let's open this up. Okay. So it is now copied. Place it with the code below. Press the keys. Turn the encoder on your keyboard and see if they work. Alright. Hey, the encoder works. Hell yeah. So one of these should be copy. By default, one should be copy. One should be paste. Switch 3. The switches aren't working, which is good. The encoder works. Let's see, what have I done? Oh, okay, okay, Jesus. The friggin' Linux copy pasta. Hey, thanks for the follow, Sleepy Tez. Okay, so I have the copy pasta. Sick. And encoder is media play pause. So this should, in theory, copy and paste. That doesn't seem to work. Hey, the LEDs are on. Sick. What a little groovy looking device. I don't know why. I don't know why these switches don't work, but it's probably me. I can change this to something else. Let's change this to... Try swapping to non-diode pins. Copy pasta. Yeah, this is the copy pasta. I'll send this to you. There you go. How good. What a little cheeky copy pasta. Line 21. With diodes, without diodes. Okay, sick. Let me change that. Oh, I've put copy pasta in this code. Yes. Delete that. Make sure that's gone. I thought I installed the diodes properly, but there's a pretty good chance I didn't. Okay, now we try and we copy. Hey, alright, diodes must be wrong. It works. What does this button do? Oh. Hey, nice. Look at me. I know how to build a keyboard. Dude, how good. This little macro pad. And I can't put together the rest of it, because I don't have all the bits, but this will do for the moment. It works. Sick. Now I can crank the tunes and I can lower them. How good. What a cheeky looking thing. Man, how good. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you. Look forward to presenting this. What a treat. Alright. What time are we at? We're at 12 o'clock. I should go to bed, but I'm not. I'm going to try and fill some lube jars. Let's do that. I've got a couple of jars to fill, so that's so cool. I'm so stoked about this. It's gonna be sick. It took me a lot longer than I was expecting, to be fair. But I'm just not good at soldering. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. I should definitely send out an email asking people to bring their own soldering irons, though, just because it's gonna take me a minute. Hey, none of that. None of that. Alright. Now you guys get to see the process of me filling lube jars. Wow, exciting. I mean, I guess it can be. Yeah, you can. You can help empty a lube jar if you pay me for it. I'll give you that. You're more than welcome to. Now I don't know what the consistency, the weight difference is for. So I've got 3 different types of lube. Got 3 big boys. So these are 2 different ones. This one is 205, this one's 324 ribosis, and this one is BDZ. All the different lubey boys. I think, because I don't know the viscosity levels of both of these, I imagine this is super thick. The BDZ. I've never used BDZ, but I imagine it is. From what I've heard. Let's go ahead. Fill up some of these jars. So generally, it's pretty simple. Pretty easy process filling these things. If I can find my knife. Where's my lubing knife? Oh, there it is. Alright, so I've got my jar. These are glass. The only lid they are is plastic. The only plastic in it is the lid. And unfortunately, I spent so long looking for something that was biodegradable and that would hold lube. They don't exist, man. So glass was the best bet. Alright. So we'll do 205. Hey, what up, Xaniad? We're making lube jars. You come to the right place. Cracking open a fresh tub of Krytox with the boys. Couple of fresh Krytoxes. How good. Hold on. None of this. Guys. No, that's not it. That ain't it, Chief. None of that. This is a fresh Krytox. Damn. He thick. Sweet. Alright, well. Krytox is 2 to 1, so for every 2 mils, it is... For every 2 grams is 1 mil. Not even wearing a hairnet? What do you mean? People wear hairnets? For lube? I'm not eating it. Oh, I almost spilt it. This isn't food. You don't eat your Krytox? Yeah, I don't. You can eat it? Look, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you can. Is that what you're telling people? You a big fan of eating Krytox? So it's just a simple process of using a scale. Filling her up. Technically food safe. Interesting. I didn't know that. The more you learn, huh? Can I ask why you know that? Like, why do you know that it's food safe? You just went looking? You just thought, why not ask? Ran out of oil. Yeah, fair. Ran out of coconut oil. Thought, hey, why not? Hey, I respect that. So I generally go... So I'm going to make this jar 20 grams, or just over 20 grams, which is going to be 10 mil, thereabouts. So I generally put just slightly over. Sweet. I want to clean off this edge so it seals properly. Make sure. Because he's out of Crytox because he's a Crytox enjoyer. Jesus. This is not the conversation. No. No, I'm not lubing switches. I'm making the switch lube to give. No, that sounds awful. I'm jarring up lube. That is what I'm doing. Someone has to jar up the lube. I use it for switches mainly. That's the big one. So it allows me to get weigh switches by weight. Thank you for the hydrate. Lubing sandwiches. Yeah, so I use it for switches, so you can put a set amount of weight, so you can measure the scale. Basically, you measure the switch, and so it might be 1.6 grams. Then you can measure based on how many switches are on the scale, and so it'll give you a rough estimate. So that way you don't have to individually count switches, you can just take a pile and throw it on there, and then it should give you an accurate representation of how many are in that box, or in my case, bag, because all of my stuff comes in bags. Wait, this one's full. Do you always round up? Yes. So that is something that I do. I round up one. Worst case, they get an extra switch. If you don't round up and you end up doing it wrong, then like you end up having to ship them more switches, and so the loss you lose on a single switch, it would be much worse if you know, maybe 1 in 10 orders got a incorrectly counted, and then you have to send out like a whole other round of switches. So you end up in a situation where like shipping out to anyone at a minimum is probably like $7. So you're paying $7 if you end up not rounding up properly. So yeah, it ends up being an issue, especially at the scale that I guess generally businesses operate. So you just round up and then just take the loss. And at the end of the day, like, the customer just gets an extra switch, which chances are they may never use, especially if they buy like 90. But they could probably pop that into like a switch tester or whatever, and it's always beneficial for them. Yeah, you can do that too. You can do that too. So this is the process of filling up lube. It's it's tedious, but it's not too bad. I mean, like, there's probably a lot quicker ways to do it. This is the way I do it. I haven't really looked into other ways personally. Oh, I spilt it. Sweet. Another one ready to go. Let's make sure. Yep, we're good. So then I just, yeah, pop a little sticker on there and then call it a day. Then I just have to go through there and label it with a pen. So these are all 20 mil, right? Yeah. So I should probably make a couple of 25. I use syringe to lube switches. I got some 10 mil ones. That might work. I can bring the meat to you. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, those are probably pretty big switches. Does the syringes pick up the lube fine, though? Because it's pretty thick. Do you have to then clean the syringe as well? Like, does it get gunked up? Yeah, just use thick syringes. But yeah, but then when they get gunked up, you chuck them in the ocean. Yeah, okay. True, big brain. Big brain. Oh yeah, brother. Dumping batteries. Amen to that, brother. If you ain't dumping your batteries directly into the ocean, who is, you know? It's what I live for.
It's crazy when the thing you love the most is a detriment. Let that sink in.
Sweet.
You can think again when the hand you wanna hold is a
Have an international dump your car battery. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's, I reckon. Preach. I think that should be pretty done, I reckon. I don't think I'm going to need any more than those for the moment. Let's clean off this. There you go. Oh, that loop falling out. Oh no. That's me lube villain. And I think that's pretty much me for the rest of the evening. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna sort some more stuff. I'm gonna friggin' pack so many more switches. Oh, what a treat. Yeah. Hopefully you can get a bunch of this stuff done. For anyone who is coming along to the Sydney meetup, I look forward to seeing you all there. Should be a treat. Come and say hello. I'll be wearing a Mountain Keyboard shirt. I'll have a little stall. Be chilling. But yeah, what a treat that'll be. Let's just mark these. Anything else? Let me do a couple more stickers. Yeah, man. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there. I'll have a bunch of goods. I don't know what I'm going to bring, so if you want to see anything in particular, or you need to buy anything in particular, feel free. If you want anything from my store, you can buy it and I'll bring it to the meetup. Just make a note on the order. Say bring it to Sydney meet, and I'll bring it along with me. Yeah, otherwise it's pretty chill. That's the rest of my stream. I will catch you guys around. If you come to the city meet, like I said, come see me. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling while we built a couple of bits and pieces and loop some stuff. And have a good night, everyone. I'm gonna go to bed. Take care. See you in the next one.